All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of buttons that absolutely must be checked. Thank you guys for tuning in one more time. It is HT, the most glorious day of the week. We'll celebrate that at the end of the video. Also, the damn sweater. This sweater right here, anytime I wear a damn sweater that say Cowboys, well, I only got one. I get so many weird ass comments. You know what? We're gonna talk about it at the end of the video. Trust me, it's stupid, but we'll talk about it at the end. But for now, like I said, it's HT. We got a hot topic, so let's get it. But also, we got a crazy deal from this really dope Leverless controller. We're gonna show that, then get some buttons, and let's go. Butt Check fam, please give me a few seconds of your time because I have a new Leverless controller I wanted to show you, y'all. This is the Fight Master. This is the Mojang Fight Master. Talk about durability. This is solid as a rock. This thing got some weight on it. You know, a lot of big complaints I've had is that Leverless controllers or sticks, period, some of them are too light, so they feel like they're cheaply made or they're just not gonna stay where they need to. This is heavy duty and it got a handle. Look at that. I've never seen one with a handle. I feel like I'm going to work. I'm like a FGC lawyer. Look at that. I'm going to Wall Street, baby. What's up?
You suck.
Okay, that was a bad joke. But this is not a bad hitbox. The first time I saw this being used was with Justin Wong. Then I saw Chris F using it. Then I got to use it. And it has the pinky button. Look at that. Extension, baby. Who else got a pinky button? I don't see too many. There's so many new layouts, but this is actually compatible also with the PC, with the Switch 1 and 2, and what else? Android. Actually compatible with Android games that are built for that as well. So with this bad boy, you can actually go wired, so I'm hardwired right now. You can go wireless, you got that Bluetooth. Here's the dongle right here on the bottom side. And another cool feature is you can customize it. So it also has like this layout for these RGB lights you see right there. Let me turn the light lower right here so you guys can see it real quick. Check this out. Bam, look at that. Look at these bad boys. And obviously you can customize it as well. And actually you could even set a frame count, and the RGB changes colors as a visual cue for practicing charge moves. And it comes with these custom Kale switches. I believe these are the ice cream minis, but also included, they give you another little box right here. I think these are the Sakers. Yeah, also the Kale Sakers right here. Bam, look at this. Let me see if I can get a close up of that. Look at that. Look at that. So not only do they give you these extra ones, but they also give you the tool that you need to switch it out. This is the first time I've seen something like that. Look at this. It looks like I'm finna do some dental work. Check this out. It looks like something you would see in a dentist office. Something that you would see in a dentist office, but it's cool because you literally just dig it in and scoop it out. So once again, the Mojang Fight Master on sale right now. Check it out. The link is down below. The handle is probably the thing that stands out right when you get it, because I've never seen one where you can kind of just pick up and go if you're just walking around a tourney. But also it is solid. This is hands down the most solid one I have ever had, especially for the size. To me, it's just big enough to have on my lap, or if you just want to set it on your desk. So check it out, link down below. Now let's get back to checking some buttons. Let's go. And all right, first up for them Street Fighter 6 pros versus them Street Fighter 6 casuals, the community has never been so split. Buttons that need to be checked. I think a lot of times we forget that the FGC is not just pros. It's not just people that are in the know, that know the plus frames and all the meta. They're just casuals as well. You can be a casual and be part of the FGC. It's community. Now, there's different levels to this. One would make the argument that, well, if you are FGC, technically you're not a casual. Anyway, I'm not trying to have that debate. You know what I'm trying to say. Either way, the state of Street Fighter 6 is kind of crazy because you have a game that's never been so popular as far as the Street Fighter series, but yet at the same time, there's certain aspects of it that are not really appreciated, especially in the competitive scene, and this is where it picks up. Right here with Broski, he posted this the other day. This has 6.3 thousand likes, and he says, emulating Street Fighter 6 should mean launching as a stable, complete package on day one with plenty of single-player content, good netcode, in-depth training mode, and good tutorials. For some reason, devs keep interpreting it as add drive impact function for some reason. Now, underneath that, you got some different reactions. I see FDX just has the crying face emoji, and they don't have enough drive to follow through and are probably burnt out from all the work involved and end up throwing the whole staff in a loop that has about 268 likes. Continuing on, this is because with Drive Impact only is not enough. You need to make combos easy, make the game mechanics simple, and make newbies have a delusion that they can be as good as the pros someday if they keep playing. Going on over to the quote retweets, I see this one translated saying, "It's crazy how the Street Fighter 6 launch was so good that it ended up becoming a curse for it. Like, it's so good that we can't change and risk messing up the balance. It's sad to know there won't be many significant changes for at least now, but the game is super cool." But we get even deeper with some Sajam. He posted this just yesterday saying, "Feels wild to look back at this and still see how the failure/success of our genre rides so much on how strong of a product they deliver. Gameplay is subjective, but value or getting value out of the product you have is an easy sell." Then this is the screenshot he posted. I guess this is a video he made. This he made back in, 6 years ago. It said, "Stop making excuses for fighting games that don't have good netcode, UI, and online lobbies in 2019. Here's the thumbnail. "Stop making excuses for fighting games that don't have the basics. Functioning UI, good rollback netcode, good online lobbies, good training/tutorials." Underneath, I see Incross replying, "So you're saying we need Drive Rush in VF6? Sajam says, I love that instead of the takeaway from modern games being, wow, Street Fighter 6 has a lot of good content and built a unique control scheme to onboard players to our game that specifically is designed to tackle Street Fighter problems, and they are like, nah, fuck it, add DI or burnout or 7 macros, I don't know." Another layer gets added because I noticed MenaRD, he did an interview with Brian F, and I mentioned this before on the channel, but I never really went in depth. So if you missed it, Brian F did a interview with Mena just last month. I believe it was published on July 27th. It's pretty lengthy. It's over 2 hours long. I'll put the link down below. There was a part in it where they titled it, or one of the chapters, it said, "Capcom, don't listen to this part." Something like that, where Mena was getting real. He was saying like he really appreciates the game and he'll always promote the game, believing more people should enjoy it. But when it comes to competitive wise, he thinks it's ass. Check out the clip.
Do you still agree with that statement from yourself a year and 6 months ago?
Sadly, that was December 2024, right? This is July 2026. And I'm sad to say it's still the same. People think because I'm winning, I'm going to try to go for the credit. You know, I'm someone that believes I can win in any environment. But the truth is the truth. The game is extremely random. And even though I'm winning a lot, I believe, and I'm delusional enough to believe I'm the best, and I think I should win every single tournament. And I'm not, because the game is random. You know, like there's no way. People think, oh, he's winning so much. Of course, he's going to say the game is good now. I don't think I'm winning enough because the game sucks. But when I say the game sucks, I don't say it as in the product sucks. I think this is the best Street Fighter product that we have ever seen, with the world tour, with the characters. I feel like, of course, the release timing of like the characters and the customs is not as good as other Street Fighters, but the end product and how interactive they are and how interactive the characters are, I think this is the best Street Fighter product we have ever seen, or personally that I have seen. The game is amazing for any casual, and then you have the modern, like it's so accessible. Competitively, I say the game sucks because it's very unstable, and I think it's on purpose. I think Capcom loves that everybody thinks they can win. But people thinking like, oh, if they make this game more stable, then players like Mena will disappear. It might be the opposite. It might be players like us might win too much and it will make the product boring. And I feel like that's the worry. That's what we're trying to avoid. So we have to go through the hurdle of playing a game that is designed to be unstable, to involve a lot more rock, paper, scissors, a lot more decision-making of a pattern recognition. And eventually, there's so many options that it's hard to recognize the pattern, and it turns into a lot of guessing.
That was some real shit. He talking about, you would think I would be like, pro, no, the game is beautiful because I'm winning more. And he said, no, I'm not winning enough. And I'm not that delusional to think that. So he was like, the game sucks. Competitively, it sucks. Once again, you have that split between the pro community and the casuals, because he admit the casuals, this game is jumping, probably the most popular one we have ever had. But competitive-wise, it sucks and it's way too random. But what's also interesting about this is where he says Capcom loves it. I think they did it on purpose because they love how people will just believe that anybody can beat anybody. That's the selling point that gets the casuals on board. And if you think about it, wasn't also that the argument with Street Fighter V? Do you remember when that first popped off before the game officially launched? Either it was at launch or right before launch when Lupe Fiasco played Daigo. And Lupe won. And people were calling bullshit. They were saying it was staged. And some people were saying, no, Lupe actually won because Daigo hadn't really learned the game yet. And then other people say, no, well, Daigo thought it was like a first to 10 or something. That's why he wasn't really locked in. There was all this stuff. There was all these conspiracy theories and all of that. But one of the main themes was Capcom loves this. They're trying to show the community. They're trying to show the world that, look, Daigo, the GOAT, just lost to a rapper. If a rapper can beat the GOAT, you could beat the GOAT. That's what people were saying. That was like the main underlying thing. They were like, okay, this is the new direction of Street Fighter. Now, did it turn out that way? I guess you can say, but not nowhere on the levels of Street Fighter 6. When Street Fighter V launched, it was dog shit. Now it ended up becoming more balanced. People appreciated how frequently the game was updated. But overall, success-wise, popularity-wise, it was not as successful as Street Fighter 6. So it's almost like the devs finally hit that sweet spot that they were looking for and maybe trying to hint at with Street Fighter V. But now, since you got that, yes, you got your popularity, but within the FGC, especially within the pro scene, you got that division. And this is not the first time. We've been hearing this for ages. And it is spreading over to the point where now Street Fighter 6 is so damn popular that people are starting to be like, it's the Antichrist. Remember, we just made a video. How long ago was this? 2 weeks ago, where I guess the new Melty Blood was talking about we're updating our game. And people are like, wait a minute. Is y'all adding some Street Fighter 6 bullshit? Y'all remember that? Check out the clip. Melty Blood Twilumina will have Act and Dual modes. Act mode supports forward input dashes and one button specials. Let me say that again. Forward input dashes and one button specials, but Dual mode supports traditional command inputs, and that has 1.4 thousand likes. Then next up, talking about Melty Blood now has modern controls, drive impact, and burnout. This was not on my bingo card. Very interesting changes all around. This is truly a new game that also has 1.5 thousand likes, so a little more. But underneath that, they're talking about sounds like ass. I like OG Melty Blood, didn't like vanilla type Lumina, liked where the game ended up. This doesn't sound like Melty to me, but we'll have to see.
We now have something that's similar to Drive Gauge in Street Fighter 6. Now, I'm entirely unsure how finalized this concept is going to be here. Also take into account that we have not seen the more technical style, so I'm not sure if there are other applications beyond what I'm about to tell you about. After all, we don't get to see the dual style on the character select used at all, so it could have a completely different range of applications as well. But some of the functionality we do know about is that this gauge is used for a new mechanic, and this new mechanic works just like Rev Blow in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves.
All right, so there you have it. It is crazy to think that the latest version of Street Fighter could be so successful that people are starting to hate it because it's so successful that the devs are afraid to change it. Once again, if it's not broke, sales-wise, popularity-wise, why fix it? You know, I feel like, you know, that whole statement that Maximilian made the other day where he was like, I don't believe fighting games should be made for the FGC. That was a bunch of controversy because some people are like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And other people are like, how the fuck are you going to make a fighting game, not for the fighting game community? You should word that different. There was a lot. Whether you agree with that or not, I think that falls in line with what the Street Fighter 6 devs are going through right now. Because if you look at all the past ones, all of them caught some shit. You never really got everybody on board, but it seems like there was always a lot of changes and updates, and people were pretty much loving the game as far as like the competitive scene. And when I say that, I don't mean 100% and everything was just perfect. I mean compared to now. Because compared to now, there's so many lack of updates, and by now in another version of the game, we would see a switch up, a change, a new addition or something where we felt like we're playing like a different type of meta, but we're not seeing it. Because, once again, the game is so popular that the devs are like, we kind of struck gold here, and we don't really want to fix it. And at the end of the day, our bread and butter is these sales numbers versus who's winning the latest local or tournament over here in the FGC. To the point where other communities, other devs are now looking at the game like, what is they doing over there? Maybe we could take a little bit of that shit, a little bit, sprinkle it over here. Now people is looking at it like, are you fucking kidding me? Street Fighter 6 is the Antichrist. And the reason why is because, yes, you would think somebody's just trying to make their game successful as well. But the main complaint, I would say, not from casuals, but within the FGC, is that we're annoyed with the throw loops. We're annoyed with the drive impact, with the drive rush. We want some of it to be tweaked or even health-wise, anything at this point. And when you see these features pop up in other games, even if it's just a little similarity, people are like annoyed instantly because, motherfucker, these are the exact things we're complaining about over here. We don't want to see them over there. And I believe that's what Sajim and Broski were getting at. They were like, okay, if these other devs are trying to copy Street Fighter 6 because they want their game to have the best success, that's great and all, but it's way deeper than the shit we're complaining about. If you're really into the scene and you're looking at it, it's not just about throw loops or drive rush. It's about launching a fucking game that actually works. It's crazy. You would think in 2026, that would just be a given. And we're supposed to have like the best technology nowadays, but we're still struggling with that shit. Like Sajam was saying in his thumbnail, he was like, functioning UI, good rollback netcode, good online lobbies, good training / tutorial. It goes deeper. If you want to copy the success of Street Fighter 6, focus on the damn foundation. Either way, at the end of the day, community is split, but on one hand, you can look at it like, the devs already have us. The devs already have the FGC. Yes, some might say I'm not playing the game as much as more, or it's annoying, or some of the pros might continue to say it's annoying or it sucks. This might be the most shittiest competitive scene that the FGC has ever seen, and we may keep singing that song, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, they already have us, because we have no choice. This is our livelihood. Some may play it less, but the pros are still gonna keep competing, because this is what they do for a living. And us, we're gonna keep complaining, and we might put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up and play something else. But we are the FGC, and we're always gonna be the damn FGC. The casuals is who they don't have yet. And now they're getting them. I don't know if it's gonna change anytime soon. Should it? Y'all let me know. How you feeling? There it is one more time, Butt Check family. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Thank you guys for stopping by. One more time, the links are down below for the Mojon Fight Master Leverless controller on sale right now. Definitely check that out if you guys got a moment. And also, it is HT, the most glorious day of the week, so let's get it. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Can I talk to y'all real quick? This is what I'm talking about. Casuals, pros, we may be divided. We may be split. Some people hate Street Fighter 6, some people love Street Fighter 6, but either way, can we come together on this in kumbaya? Can we hold hands during this beautiful HT? And can we agree on this? Let me get to the right real quick for you. Here we go. Bam! Can we not come together, my brothers? And yes, even my sisters. Can we not come together on this cosplay? I think we could agree. I think this is our can we all just get along moment. I'm gonna have my hand right here. Y'all reach out, y'all hold my hand. Come on, let's get together and let's sway. This is peace. This is peace. This brings peace to the world. We all agree, we're all friends in this moment. We're all family. We're all family. And you're welcome. And there it is one more time. Appreciate the massive love. I'll see you guys soon. If I don't see you tonight, I will see you tomorrow morning. Frame Trapped is not dead. I know we've been away for a second, but we're working on a new video. Hell, we're working on 2 videos right now. And Bogus Journey is commencing. Like, we're starting to film, like production and all that talk right there. So everything is in the works. We ain't gone nowhere. We are hustling. Also, Spotify is updating every day. So with all that being said, I appreciate the mad love. I will see you either tonight or tomorrow morning. So again, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all, family. Peace. Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe. I also got to talk about this damn sweater. How did I forget about that? Listen, real quick. People, I've had comments where people said, I'm about to subscribe because you're a Cowboy fan, or I'm about to unsubscribe because you're a Cowboy fan. Fuck the Cowboys, that's a good, all this stuff just from wearing this shit. Check this out. Let me be real quick. I am a San Francisco 49ers fan to the day that I die. I am from the Bay. I grew up, born and raised not in the Bay Area, but right there, Fremont, California, Monterey Bay, all right there. I didn't move to Texas until I turned 21 years old. Now, I've been here for like 20 years. I've been in Texas for 20 years, so I will always be a Niners fan, but now I'm hometown, Dallas, my whole family like the Cowboys, and guess what? I got this sweater for free. You can give me a pink Green Bay Packers fan, I'm gonna wear that shit. Why? Because it's free. You can give me anything. Name a team. I don't give a shit. Volleyball, basketball, football, basketball. Remember that? That was a good movie. Anyway, if it's free, I'm finna wear it. That's all I'm saying.